CQ RAYNET, CQ RAYNET. This is G4NRC, G4NRC. For the Sunday afternoon Digital Voice Activity Net, held every week at 1600 hours local time and open to all RAYNET members. This net was supposed to be an ad hoc net this week, as the Zone 10 AGM is taking place and G0DUB is unable to chair the net. In the absence, I know Trevor is doing the log, I think, today. I'm unable to open the log for some reason. I don't know why, and I know Greg had given us some news bits which I can't access at the moment. Excuse me. So we'll go through with the check-ins, starting with anybody with a number 9 in their call. Would they like to call it now, please? Nothing heard, and not many 9s in the organisation. So we'll move on to 8s. Anybody with an 8 in their call, would they like to call in now, please?
Golf 8, Echo 8 Yankee, G8EEY, name is Mike.
Golf 8 Echo Yankee. Good afternoon, Mike. Thanks for calling in today. Any other 8s? Any other 8s would like to call in? Would they call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. Let's move on to 7s. Anybody with figure 7 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, second call for anybody with the figure 7 in their call. Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. So let's move down to the 6s. Anybody with a 6 with a figure 6 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard for 6s. Let's move on to the 5s. Anybody with figure 5 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, not many 5s in the organisation, so we'll move on to the 4s. Anybody with a figure 4 in their call sign, would they like to call in now, please?
G4NRC, G4KUJ, Trevor in Watford, and I do have the news items up on my screen at the moment, Graham, from G4KUJ. Golf 4 Kilo India Lima, G4KIL, Philip, South Sussex.
G4KUJ and G4KIL, good afternoon to you both. And noted on the news items, Trevor, but you've got them on the screen, and thanks for that. Good afternoon to Philip as well. Okay, anyone else with the figure 4 in their call, would they like to call in? Nothing heard? Okay, let's move down to the 3s. Anybody with figure 3 in their call, would they like to call in now, please?
G3ZH, Golf 30 Hotel X-Ray, Ian, in and out, and you are 5 and 2 on YouTube.
Yeah, okay, G3ZHX. Right, thanks for that, Ian. I'll crank up the audio gain on this mic that I'm using for YouTube, and there we go. Anybody else with the figure 3 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. We'll move down to the 2s, and that includes intermediate 2s. Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. Let's move down to the 1s. Anybody with a figure 1 in their call, would they like to call in now, please?
Golf Mike 1 Papa India Echo, Mike Aveline, good afternoon. Yeah, I'll be staying with you today. G4 NRC.
Yeah, Golf Mike 1. Sorry, I'm not keeping a list here, I should do. Yeah, good afternoon to you. Thank you for calling in to the net. And yeah, okay. Anybody else with the figure 1 in their call? The figure 1 in their call, would they like to call in now, please? Okay, nothing heard. Let's move on to the 0s. Any M's? Anybody with any M0s? Any M0s? Would they like to call in now, please? Yeah, M0 JSA. Yeah, good afternoon, Alan. Thanks for calling in. You're very loud into the net there, but great to hear you. Okay, any other M0s? Any other M0s would like to call in? Okay, nothing heard. So let's go to the G0s with any regional identifier. Would they like to call in now, please?
Golf 0, Charlie, Foxtrot, Bravo, Richard, East Suffolk, Raynet, in and out, thank you.
G0 CFB. Yes, good afternoon, Richard. Thank you for calling into the net today, and I've noted that you're in and out. Any more G0s with any regional identifier? Would they like to call in now, please? Okay, so anybody that has maybe missed their turn, or I've missed getting, would they, UK stations, would they like to call in?
G4NRC, this is G4XUR, Somerset, RAYNET.
G4XUR, good afternoon David, thank you for calling in. Okay, any international stations that would like to call into the net, would they call in now please? Okay, nothing heard. Right, this net is being live streamed on YouTube, and this recording and past recordings can be accessed by going to YouTube and searching for G7NEH ham radio, where they can be accessed. Please, if you could give it a like, and why not subscribe to the channel, then you get notified of any upcoming broadcasts and events. It's totally free, it doesn't cost a penny. So there we go. Okay, hopefully Trevor will pass on any news events, as I can't access the log for some reason today. When we get round to Trevor. But we'll start from the top of the list, and that's Mike, G8EEY from G4NRC.
G4NRC from G8EEY. Good afternoon, Graham. Good afternoon, everybody else on the net. Well, over here in Norfolk, it's a comfortable day, I suppose. 13 centigrade. 1016 millibars, and it's only going down to about 6 centigrade tonight, unlike the last couple of nights when it's gone down to frost level. So, not bad. Very little wind, apart from the beams last night. Not too much to add from this end. Waiting to see what comes out from all these unitary combinations of LRS to see how that affects Norfolk, Suffolk, Cambridgeshire, etc. Should be interesting. But that's it from me for the moment, and I'll wait and see what comes up from Trevor in the news from G8EEY.
Yeah, G8EEY, G4NRC returning. Yeah, thanks for that, Mike. All noted, and I have now managed to open this week's log, which is, I don't know why it took an absolute eternity for me to open on CryptoPad, but it's finally opened, and I can see Trevor's log and the news items. Right, okay, let's check these news items. I'll save Trevor a job. Emails have gone out. Have you received the email about the migration from Microsoft 365 to the Google Workspace for all RAYNET-UK IT accounts, which will take place over the weekend of 28th and 29th of March. That's next weekend. The new Google accounts are available for you to log in to, but no data has been transferred yet. So yeah, I haven't tried logging into mine yet, but we'll try it this week. So no data has been transferred from Microsoft, so you will see everything. You won't see everything till after next weekend. And please fully read the PDF document that was attached to the email that you will have received before you log in. a subsea cable break on Friday the 20th has seriously disrupted broadband and mobile connectivity. Whoops, I've timed out there, sorry. Try again. A subsea cable break on Friday the 20th has seriously disrupted broadband mobile connectivity in the North Isles of Orkney. This cause is yet undetermined, but the fix is going to take time while the specialist cable ship lifts the broken ends of the cable from the seabed to repair them. A process that can take several weeks. BT are reportedly looking into deploying a temporary microwave link to restore some connectivity, while as usual Starlink sales are likely to spike in this area. An earlier announcement, the UK government is apparently looking at how they can use their stake in the OneWeb Constitution for Statistics, which they then for bankruptcy before becoming part, I don't even know what that's about, sorry, but Eurotest to ensure the domestic communication resilience and avoid becoming reliant on Starlink. Quite how this will happen, given the market share of Starlink, remains to be seen. Okay, so that's the news items for this week. So with that, I will pass it round to Trevor, G4KUJ, G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KUJ. Okay, good afternoon to you, Graham, and everybody else. I'm glad you got the log up eventually. That's good. Well, I've been mainly HF playing this week. With mentioned last week that I've been trying to get a very old LDG ATU running, which doesn't have any buttons or anything like that, and is software driven. And I managed to get that going nicely with an old XP netbook, and that was working nicely. But the big thing this week is I managed to get it running on a Windows 11 machine, having found out a dodge to get Windows 11 to accept downloads regards as dangerous for this particular software was last updated in 2006. But if anyone's interested after the net, I can explain how I managed to do that. But I've used it a couple of times and it works very reliably once you decided how to ignore the warnings from Microsoft. So that's about it for this over. So back to you, Graham. Oh, and to G4KIL, thanks for the message which I picked up this morning that you sent via JS8 yesterday. G4NRC, G4KUJ.
G4KUJ, G4NRC returning. Yeah, thanks for that, Trevor, no problem at all. And all noted on your activities this week. I'm running on Linux at the moment, Linux Mint, but I'm toying with the idea of going back to Mac, looking at the Mac Mini as a replacement for the PC. So just thinking about that at the moment. Right, with that, round to Philip, G4KIL from G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KIL. Yeah, very good there, Graham. And I used the Mac Mini many years ago as the, about 10 years ago, as the main PC. Quite pleased at the time, particularly nice that it had the HDMI socket on the back, which at the time was, I think, relatively unusual. It's actually now too old to run the latest operating system. I've got a MacBook Air as mine, sort of the main PC that I use. Interestingly, the Mac Mini is far from pensions off, really. In fact, only this morning I've been using it to a particular application I've got with which I'm linked with for putting real-time subtitles on a screen. And I had it running that this morning for the first time for our church service. So it seems to run well. So you can't. It's limited in what operating systems you can update it to. And Chrome was warning me the other day it wouldn't be able to update because I hadn't updated the operating system. But it's still running fine. And a good bit of hardware actually, as a lot of the Apple stuff is, I think, often. So yes, thank you for your acknowledgement to that message. I saw something pop up on the JSA screen indicating that you were around, so that was why I sent that. Good to know that it got through. Just at the moment I'm not monitoring JSA because of the way I've got things set up. So yes, interestingly, HSNet yesterday, I think I could manage to hear everybody. I think I put on the report I put in, which is odd because hardly anybody could hear me, which seemed a bit strange. Not quite clear why that is. It might be indicative that the area around me, a lot of people have updated their broadband to full fibre, and the level of interference has gone down. Certainly there was very little, the meter on the radio was indicating very little at all. Whether that's because I've got another radio parallel with it on receive, I'm not sure. But certainly the noise level seemed quite low around where I was yesterday, which was great. For those who do involved with the HSNets, I'm not likely to be on next week, which is Saturday, and there's a data mode one. I'm not likely to make that because I shall be on a train travelling. I had thought I'd be able to monitor it, but in actual fact there's a Zoom meeting I'm expected to take part with on the same time while on the train. So a busy person I'm being. That's probably it from me at the moment. Oh yes, I got the email about signing on. I'm just going to try that and just going through the instructions for being able to sign on to a secondary organisational Google account while maintaining being logged on with my own Google account. I'm assured that the system assures me it's possible. I'm just working through that. Okay, I'll put it back to you, Graham. G4NRC, G4KIL.
G4KIL, G4NRC, returning. Yeah, fine on that, Philip, no problem at all. Yeah, I'm not a complete Mac virgin, as they say. I've also got an old Mac in the garage, a 2008 Mac Pro, which again can't be updated to the latest software, which is extremely annoying, to be fair, because it would run it without an issue. So inbuilt obsolescence there, but there we go. Nothing we can do about it. Okay, and all that, and I'm going to try logging into the new Google account later today, I think. Just for viewing figures, the views last week on the net were 47 views and 7 likes on YouTube. And at the moment we've got 3 concurrent viewers and we've had 9 views. So there we go. We had a bit of a spike there, I think, over the last couple of weeks. So with that, and I see on the log, it's Chris, G3VEH. Round to you from G4NRC.
You got a from G3VH. I didn't hear you call me back, actually, just now. When I first called in, I didn't think you heard me, so I didn't expect you to come back to me. Anyway, all fine down here, about 13 degrees at the moment, and quite pleasant in southeast Cornwall. And I just about to go dog walking, so I'm not hanging around. It's nice to hear everybody on. Thanks for room and that. in place of Greg this afternoon. Anyway, thanks Ray, and cheers to all. G3VH Chris in Millbrook, South East Cornwall.
Yeah, G3VH, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, Chris. My apologies about that. I didn't hear you on the first call. And so when I finally got the logbook up, I saw you'd called in. So apologies for that. Okay, thanks for calling in. Round to Mike, GM1 PIE from G4NRC.
G4NRC from Golf Mike 1 Papa Echo. Good afternoon, or keeping in with the theme of the weather. I think up here in Aberdeenshire we've had 2 days of double-digit temperatures in the past week, so I think that is our summer now well and truly over, and we're going back to more traditional weather. It's down to about 7 degrees today, and windy, as I can attest from standing on a football field watching the under-12s play this afternoon. Not a lot of other news really. I think what comes to mind from up here is sadly the Grampian Repeater Group is being dissolved, and the 2 repeaters up here in the north east of Scotland, Golf Bravo 3 Golf November and Golf Bravo 3 November Golf, are going to close down potentially at 23:59 on the 31st of March. 3GN has been on the air for 47 years and 3NG 42 years respectively, which is a shame, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of traffic on them to be able to justify maintaining to the cost. Other than that, there's not a lot from up here, so Golf Mike 1 Papa India Echo back to G4 NRC.
Yeah, GM1 PIE, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, Mike, and nice to hear you on the net this afternoon. Yeah, it's always a shame when the repeaters are closing down, but understandable if it's if they can't be cost effective. But there we go. Okay, thanks for that. And round to Alan, M0JSA, G4NRC. Good afternoon, Alan.
Good afternoon, Graham. I'm talking a bit further away this time, I'm not shouting. I'm sorry. I've got 3 explosives. Terrible. So it's heat. Yes, glorious weather. Not been able to take a lot of advantage of it as it was, but it's been very nice. I've been battling with mesh crawl, with the excellent weather conditions in East Anglia with high pressure over the North Sea. Swamped us with Dutch and German stations, as well as mesh come up from Kent, up down from Lincolnshire, Nottinghamshire way, and a bit of Ireland as well. So we'll be getting sort of 40 odd hops on the mesh. So it got a bit out of hand, so much so that my string back was down with the constant pinging and messaging going on. So the downside of mesh crawl is you can get support. So I'm sure it's going to be very useful for RAYNET when we get our head around it. But other than that, not much else to report really. Just thought I'd say hello as you were making the effort. I thought I'd better as well. So well done, Ryan and Co. Hopefully everything went well with the Zoom meeting, and normal service will be resumed next week. Back to you, Graham. Chief for anything, I'll say MZ JSA Group.
Yeah, 0JSA, G4NRC. Yeah, no problem, Alan. And I think Greg's on his way home. By now, the meeting finished about 3 o'clock. I didn't go. That's why I'm on today. I had a few things to do, household chores, etc. Before tomorrow. But there we go. Okay, last on the list, last but not least, is G4XUR. David, good afternoon from G4 NRC.
G4XUR team, the group. Yeah, good afternoon, Adrian, and good afternoon to other members. Nothing much to report. We've submitted a couple of frequency assignment certificates, which are in process for our next event on the 11th of April. And this Thursday we have a session with Somerset Emergency Voluntary Agency Group and the Avon equivalent, AAVAG, who cover a number of counties north of us, on resilience planning, radio coverage, etc. And this is quite interesting because they're focusing specifically on capabilities. I'm not sure what will come from that, but it's interesting that they are taking note and specifically requesting a session on that. Anyway, with that, back to you. Thank you very much for running the net, and I'll listen to the end, and then will be QRT. G4NRC, this is G4XUR in Somerset.
G4XUR, G4NRC. Yeah, no problem, David. Thanks for coming on this afternoon. So that takes us back to the top of the list, and to Mike, G8EY, G4NRC.
G4NRC from G8EY. Okie dokies, yes, well, I'm hoping that we don't get any alerts next weekend from the LRF, because most of them come via the Microsoft 365 address. So there might be a stack waiting for me when it all comes to good, but we shall see. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, they keep telling me, these here BT type people, that they're closing all copper by the end of this year, and so we'll be going to digital voice. Unfortunately, however, there won't be any fibre to the premises. It's always fibre to the cabinet. Well, for me it is anyway, and the one thing that keeps breaking more often than anything else is the copper between the cabinet and me. So I'm not looking forward to any great improvement. And the other activity I'm doing is, because I tend to work from the taskbar on Windows 11, that's where I need to be able to go to get to things rapidly, and I've yet to find a way of putting website type things on the taskbar, especially when they're all based on the same URL, which is always the problem with web browsers. But there must be a way, so I shall keep looking into it. Anyway, thanks for running the net grab. Look forward to hearing you one way or another next week from G8EY.
G8EY, G4NRC. Returning, yeah, okay, Mike. Thanks for coming on this afternoon. So I'm guessing with the email addresses, because we are keeping the same email addresses, that things will just migrate over, is my understanding, so we shouldn't lose anything or miss anything. There may be a short period of time as things get swapped over, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And yeah, okay, on the fibre to the cabinet. I'm not sure what mine is actually, to the cabinet or to the house, probably to the cabinet. But touch wood, I've had no issues and had it in for a good while now. So there we go. Okay, round to Trevor, G4KUJ, G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KUJ, yep, all copied from all stations, of course, no problem. And the only thing I've got to add, I think, is that yes, I've received the email about transfer over to Google, but like one or two others haven't actually implemented it yet, but that's a job for probably tomorrow, I should think, while the other things I've got set up for today. So thanks for running the net, Graham, and glad you got the login in time, really. Otherwise I think we'd have been struggling a wee bit. Anyway, thanks for that, and cheers to you and everyone else. Should all be best, all being well, we'll be around next Sunday. G4NRC, G4KUJ.
G4KUJ, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, Trevor, and once again, many thanks for doing the logging today, and it's been invaluable. Right, round for a final to Philip, G4KIL from G4NRC.
G4NRC, G4KIL. Yeah, well, very good. Well, I seem to manage to get through the log-on process and put in some two-step verification for logging on. So it looks like that's working, and we'll see how it work out. That's on the Google account. So the only thing to mention, the Sussex Resilience Forum is having some kind of exercise during the week. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware. I mean, I think it's a round table exercise. Unfortunately, I was already booked into doing something else on that day before I heard the event, so I'm not going to take part in it. But there we go. I think that's probably all for me for the moment, and I think I should be up next week as far as I can remember. So look forward to speaking to you all then. 73 is all. So G4KL, signing now, but listening to the end of the net. G4RC, G4KL.
Yeah, G4KIL, G4NRC. Okay, Billy, thanks for that. Look forward to hearing you next week, and Greg should be back taking the helm. Okay, two more stations to go. So round to Mike, GM1 PIE for any finals from G4NRC.
G4NRC from Golf Mike 1 Papa India Echo. Not a lot from me. On the email front, from personal experience, we shouldn't lose any emails. They should bounce around a few times while we find the right place, either Office 365 or the new Google account. I did hear some people saying about having a couple of Google mailboxes on the browser. Once you're signed in, if you click on your icon on the top right hand side of the screen, that will show you your accounts, and you can switch accounts within there, so you can run your personal accounts and your RAYNET account, and you can just flick between the two by clicking on whatever your icon may be, top right, and that will allow you to switch between the email boxes. Other than that, there's nothing more from me, so I'll get out this time and I'll just listen to the end of that. So that's Golf Mike 1 Papa India Echo back to Golf 4 November Romeo Charlie.
GM1 PIE, G7, not G7, G4NRC returning. Yeah, okay, Mike, thanks for coming on the net today, and we look forward to hearing you on future nets. Okay, and the last one of this net is Alan, M0JSA. Any finals from yourself, Alan?
Yeah, thank you, Graham. I'm always on the end, alright. I'm used to being tired and Charlie, but never mind. No, not really. I'm currently still got analog for G1 copper. We're now filing to the premises for CityLink. So not BT, no, we reached CityLink, put their own fiber network in right up to my house. And to be fair, the broadband works really, really well, but I'm not sure what's going to happen when the phone dies. When that push comes to shove. Because at the moment, I'm still analog, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm rather hoping they're going to give me a box to put on over my analog line to convert it back to analog. Keep it separate from the CityLink fibre, but who knows. Time will tell on that, I'm waiting to see. And I was a postman, as a friend of mine has got a small business up in Grey Yarmouth in Norfolk, and he's analog through line, and I've been BT and badging him to has to get rid of his analog PBX. He's got a small one in his shop, and he's got to do online to cloud PBX and lots and lots of money on the phone. And I keep saying to him, well, you're nothing on the phone. I've got to give you one digital to analog converter, which if you then plug into your PBX, which will work fine. But BT have been really hard selling, trying to get him on cloud PBX, because the business doesn't warrant it at all. So I'm really to see what happens there. Best 73 to you all, thanks for going there, Graham. Hopefully we'll catch you up again next week. Best 73. Back to you.
M0JSAG for NRC returning. Yep, thanks Alan, and we'll no doubt catch you next week. So, with that, I'm going to bring the net to a close. Thanks everybody for taking part in the net this afternoon, and Greg will be back next week to resume the chair of G4 NRC. So with that, I will bring the net to a close and revert to my normal call sign of Golf 7 November Echo Hotel. Thanks for coming on to the net. Bye bye.